Hey Kiana, I think this is pretty easy task, but you can watch this video and you can read this document I made, um, and I'll just tell you what we're doing here. That's the sheet. These are the states. These are all the states I'm in. Those are the states I care about mostly in order. So you can just go in that order. If you want one out of order, it doesn't really matter as long as you go through them all. I don't care about New York, um, or Tennessee, or Alabama, or South Carolina, or even Florida right now. All the other ones. So New Jersey, Pennsylvania, but here, Pennsylvania, I only really care about from Harrisburg over Philadelphia. So that's central Pennsylvania and eastern. And I don't care much about northeastern. I don't want to get you too confused, but you can still look. Don't even worry about it too much. Pennsylvania is a good one. We'll worry about what I don't like later, a part of Pennsylvania. Maryland, Virginia, love those states, do lots. Connecticut, North Carolina, Georgia, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Massachusetts. Those are the main ones. They do the most business. Okay. What you're going to be doing is I want to find good sites for apartment complexes, um, and later on a condo association, apartment complex associations. Okay. We're already scouring apartment complexes. I got people doing that all the time. This is a little different. There's apartment complex associations, um, and I'm just going to show you one, and I'm going to show you how to get it. Here's one. I'm not a member right now. I have been. Um, it's a huge, tons of my clients, apartment buildings are members of it. This is the kind of, we want big stuff, right? You can check it out. Take your time, look at it. Membership, see if you think it's legit. One thing you can do is go to membership. They're not going to ever show you probably the whole directory. Sometimes they do. People are smart to it now. If it looks good, you can look around for a few minutes, all right? Then you want to go to contact. I mean, if they got a board of directors, they're probably kind of real deal, right? I already know they are. I know a lot of these people, a lot of my clients. If it's some small, like little shit group, um, look at they got big places. Then we want to ask these questions. So I'm going to go over here. We want to know, we want to go into all these states. You're going to find 2 to 4 good ones in each state, maybe some more. I'm going to go through that in a minute. And we want to just fill in these things. So the name of the association, that was New Jersey Apartment Association. I mean, that's pretty much the name of it. Sorry, I get too many things going here. Fill that out, the state, notes, anything you want to put. I'm just put a note. This is exactly what we want. That's exactly the first 3 are really good ones. Cost to join. So go. Sometimes they'll have that on it, or just get an email going with them. You can ask them. You can make up a nice email. It's not too like, here, answer my questions. Sorry, answer my questions. Just make it more like, hey, I'm really interested in doing it. I have a gutter cleaning company. We do tons of these people already, and I'm looking to do it. Then email them from Kevin at the Gutter Kings. Hey, I just want to know what the cost to join. Like, what's your member count? Do you do that by units or is it members? So I get an idea of how many people are members, how many building owners are members. They'll know why you want to know that because you're a vendor. Members. You can ask them these questions, they'll answer. Especially on email, you're going to basically ask the same one. So you're going to craft an email and then just kind of tweak it. I wouldn't even reach out. Can we reach out to? Oh, once you might want to have one initial email where you ask the member count, the cost to join, um, any benefits to us. You can kind of look at that. Then we'll ask, like, hey, as part of that membership, I might do this in 2 emails. One email might be a little overwhelming for them. So now that they want to sell you this product, they want to get you to pay 550. These people are thirsty. You'll see. And then you can go back and say, hey, I saw it's 550. I'm thinking about it, but I wanted to know, if can I reach out to these owners? Like, do I have access to them once I'm a member? Like, is there a directory or anything? Don't ask things like, do we get their email and phone number? I just want to know, do we have a list of the members? Because here's the thing, I know how to take any list of anything and then go find their emails. And I've taught people overseas how to do that. That's super valuable. So that becomes very valuable for 550. Then maybe in that same email, you'll ask about some benefits and, hey, are we allowed to, if I'm a member of the New Jersey Apartment Association, am I allowed to put that on my email, to let other members know that? I'm sure they're going to say yes. You don't even have to ask that. I'm going to do it anyway. So I might as well say I'm not going to ask that. Should eliminate that. Basically, we want to know, what's the cost? What's the member count? Do we get access to the directory? Like, how many members? There's something called units in apartment buildings. Like an 100-unit apartment building, they'll call it 100 units or 100 doors. So sometimes they'll say, yeah, we have members with over 1,000 units or whatever there is. Whatever they tell you, just fill it in there. They might just tell you, hey, we got 1,000 members. Say, is that apartment building owners or combination of vendors and everything? We don't give a shit about how many vendors. You might want to go then look and see, hey, do you have other gutter vendors, right? If I'm the only gutter vendor or there's only one, I like that. If there's 4 of them in there, well, that would probably mean it's a good client, but it's just something good to know. So just try to fill these things out. Okay, here's some, but we're going to have to find them in every state. So this video is getting a little long, but the way to start off is Google Apartment Building Association with the state. Do that on all of them. Or Multifamily Association plus the state. Or even Multifamily Building Operator Association plus the state. But basically, these two in green are going to give you everything. They're going to pop right up. All right, you don't have to scour into the second and third page. But you can kill a bunch of hours doing this. It's valuable. Getting this information and then getting emails later is how I built this business. So taking your time with it. Don't feel like this is a rush. So you answer all the questions in the cells. You can email them from me. You might want to label them. So every time it comes in, it says apartment association membership. So we know, hey, Grace doesn't even need to look at those emails, and I'll look at them when I get around to it. You can do that. You can put them all in a folder, whatever you want to do. The other reason I have virtual assistants scour these sites for board members, company names. So even if we don't use them, you can still get this information, because then I can say, oh man, they got 90 members. I don't really want 90 members in Pittsburgh area. I'm not going to pay $550 for that, but I might have my virtual assistants go in there and start looking at newsletters, see who's members, find out their company name. And then once I get their company name, I can go on and find other people who have emails, property managers at that same company name. It's a lot of work, but I have a lot of people doing it and it produces results. So that's why I'm doing it also. So there'll probably be 2 or 4 good ones every state, maybe more, I think. Even the smaller ones, here's the thing, like some of these ones aren't that great. They'll be like kind of localized, like say Fulton County. It might just be in Fulton and DeKalb County, so it's not the whole state of Georgia. But first of all, we know there's a lot of apartment buildings here, but sometimes it's like smaller stuff, and I don't necessarily want them for gutters. Like when people have like 2 apartment buildings, I can't. What am I going to charge them, $400? I don't really make much money on it, but I don't mind having that information so you can still get it, and I still don't mind having that link because I'm going to have my assistants go through it later, because we're simultaneously building 2 databases. Okay, we're building the gutter one, but then a lot of stuff that I say, I don't really want this for gutters, but I would like to buy that building. And I'm just going to be loading up. I'm doing it right now, loading up hundreds and then thousands of property owners like that where I'm going to reach out to them, solicit them, and see if they're interested in selling properties because I'm trying to wholesale properties, trying to buy them at a great discount. So I don't mind getting that information. But so these three things, we're going to get information on all these things. We're going to see if it makes sense. I am going to join some of these groups because they're more likely to go with you. And I don't care about $550 if I get 10 complexes off it. So right now, just try to go through all those states one by one. Take your time, put the information in. Maybe you get all the states first and then email everybody. And you could just sit one day and just go copy paste, email everybody, email everybody, email everybody, um, and get all the answers, and then go through and fill them all in. So it'll take a little bit of time, but basically that's it. This is a little long-winded. If you want to watch it a second time, take your time. Ask me any questions. Call me on the phone. I'll be in Florida. You can call me anytime driving. I'm happy to go over this and tell you what I think.